Alright boys and girls, so in today's episode I'm going to showcase you guys the brand new Arsenal Halloween update. I'm going to showcase you all of the brand new maps, hopefully all of the brand new weapons, melees, and all the other things as well. So yeah, let's just start today's episode. Alright boys and girls, so there we go, we joined a brand new server and we can already see the brand new menu screen of course right here. I think it looks quite interesting. We have some pumpkins right here. Of course we also have some other design elements which are quite nice looking, and of course we have the orange theme going on right here, which is pretty cool. But if you're not the biggest fan of orange, you can always change it of course. Just go to change color right here and then change it to whatever color you like. Let's just go with midnight purple. I think that might look quite nice. Either way, that's the first change of course. So another change you might have noticed is of course the contracts icon. It's now a little pumpkin, which is pretty interesting. It looks pretty much the same as before. On the left side you have the monthly contracts, and on the right side you have the daily challenges. But you can see now some money up here, and with that money you can actually buy the skins from the event, which is pretty interesting. I bought a lot of these already and I'll showcase most of these items hopefully in today's episode. So yeah, let's just move on to the next changes. Of course the main menu wasn't the only thing that was changed, so they also made some changes of course to the shop. As you can see right here, we have now the little pumpkins, and of course the design elements as well. Of course the same design elements can be found in the locker, as you can see right here, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, now let's move on to the changes in the shop itself. So now we have the changes in the shop of course. As you can see, first of all we have the unusual case right here for 24,000 bucks, which looks pretty interesting. On screen you can now see all of the unusuals that you can unbox from this crate, and now also on screen you can see all of the unusual facts on a character, which I think look quite nice. Some of the ones I wouldn't recommend personally, but it's totally up to you. But now on screen you can see all of the effects that you can unbox from the crate, and you can see also all of them on a character, which is pretty cool. So next up, let's talk about all of the brand new characters. Of course, this is one of the first new ones right here. I have no idea how you pronounce it. Next up right here, we have, of course, the Boogeyman, which is pretty interesting. Let's just move on to the next characters. Right here, we have, of course, Gestel, which is a pretty cool character. Next up right here, we have the Gnome, which is pretty interesting. Then we have this one. I have no idea how you pronounce this one either. Hazmat, of course, which is a very nice one. Next up right here, we, of course, have this one, which looks pretty cool, the Marionette. Then, of course, next up right here, we have the Mummy, which also looks quite awesome. Next up, we have the Fantina skin, which is quite cool looking. The Pumpkin, of course. Next up right here, we have, of course, one of the brand new ones, the Skullmender. Very, very cool looking in my opinion. And last but not least, I think we have the Witch right here, and the Zombella and the Zombird, which are pretty awesome. And this one right here, the other vampire skin, which looks pretty amazing. So let's move on to the next category. Alright, so let's move on to the next crate right here, of course, the Flare crate, and in this one we can find some pretty awesome brand new kill effects, of course some brand new emotes, and some brand new announcers as well, which is pretty interesting. So first of all right here with the Batmorph, which is pretty interesting. I think the Broom might be new as well. Then of course we have the Coffin kill effect, which is quite interesting. Let's see what else we have. So one of the brand new effects seems to be the hat trick right here, which looks pretty interesting. Next up right here we have one of the brand new announcers, the Murderous Child one, which sounds pretty disturbing, not gonna lie. The skeleton one I think is the old one, same for the Skull Cane if I'm not completely wrong. Another brand new one seems to be the Spooked one, which looks quite awesome. Then we have the Startle one of course, which is brand new. Surrender, I'm not sure if that one is brand new, I don't think so, but we have this Sweet Explosion right here, which should be a brand new one. Then we have the Tombstone right here, which is I think brand new, and I think those are all of the brand new kill effects, so that's quite interesting. So now let's move on to the next case right here, of course the melee case. In this one we can find some pretty awesome brand new melees like the Balloon Sword right here. Of course we also have the Candle right here, which looks pretty amazing. Next up right here we have the Garlic Kebab, and of course the Fire Poker, the Electronic Steak, the Handy Candy, pretty interesting one as well. Next up right here of course we have the Pumpkin Bucket, which looks quite nice, and the Pumpkin Staff, and I think those should be all of the brand new melees. So now let's move on to the next and last case of course. Alright, so the last case of course we have is the skin case right here for 2,500 battle bucks, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but we have right here the brand new ones, the Bones, the Candied, Candies, Candles, Cartoony Ghost, and I think the Webs as well, but I'm not sure if the other ones right here are also from this update, like the Duckies and the Hollowed Crystals, because the Sci-Fi update also added some of these I think, so I'm not fully sure about that. I think this one is from the Sci-Fi update, and this one probably as well. Either way, now let's move on to the next changes. So now I'm going to showcase you all of the brand new rewards that you can buy in the event shop right here, which is pretty interesting I think. So yeah, let's just start. Alright, so now let's take a look at all of the items from the event shop. So first of all right here we have one of the brand new skins. I think it's called Tetra right here. On screen you can see the name hopefully. I think it's quite interesting. It looks a little bit disturbing to be quite fair. But a very, very nice and interesting looking skin, that's for sure. And has a very nice illusion right there with the eye. Next up right here we have one of the first emotes from, of course, the event shop, the Witch's Broom, which is pretty cool. I really like this one. It's pretty similar to the skateboard or the UFO or some of the other ones that we had in the past, so pretty awesome. So next up right here we have the Thriller one, which looks pretty cool. This one of course has sounds, but I just disabled those for the sake of the video now. Pretty interesting emote, very very nice. And now let's move on to the next one. Next up right here we have the Crazy Chainsaw, of course. This one is also from the event shop, as you can see right here. And this one looks pretty hilarious, and if you actually now click left click, he's attacking as well, which is pretty interesting, but as far as I'm concerned, this one does not deal any damage, so yeah, pretty interesting. So now we can of course take a look at one of the brand new emotes from the normal shop, so from the flare cases. So we have right here the Startle one, which looks pretty interesting. It's a very short one, that's kind of cool. Also of course we have right here the hat trick, so let's try out this one. This one's pretty cool, as you can see. Very, very nice. Yeah, it's a pretty nice one. This one you can get from the flare case as well, so yeah. Those were all of the brand new emotes. Let's move on to the next category. So there we go, we have now one of the brand new skins from the event, of course. Right here we have the Reaper, which looks pretty interesting, so let's move on to the next one. So next up right here we have the Frankenstein one. This one looks pretty interesting. This one has an effect, as you can see, pretty much similar to the previous one, the Reaper one. And I think it looks pretty cool, kind of looks like an unusual, I guess, and that's quite nice about these ones. Very, very nice. So next up right here we have the Marionette skin. This one is pretty cool. It has these strings attached to the arms, which looks really, really awesome. And yeah, it's a very nice one. You can actually unbox this one also from the normal character case, so keep that in mind. Very, very cool. So next up right here we have a skin for a normal character, for the pirate skin in this case. This is the Backen Pirate, and this one looks really disturbing, not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest fan of this one, but yeah, that's how it looks like. So next up right here we have a skin for the detective, the Gaslight Detective. This one is pretty interesting. Looks pretty awesome, a very very nice and unique looking design. So yeah, let's move on to the next character. Actually, before we, well, take a look at some of the other items right here from this event, I gotta say I don't have the Slasher one so far. I don't have the Fallen Veteran skin. I don't have this one, the Skullrita skin. I don't have the Plague Doctor skin. And I don't have the Skullbertor skin. So keep in mind these ones are just skins for already existing characters. So yeah, if you end up buying one of these and you don't have the original skin, as an example, if you buy the Pirate Captain, right here, the Bacan Pirate, and you don't have the normal pirate skin, don't worry, it doesn't really matter. I can show you that probably with one of the characters right here. As an example, I don't have the normal gnome, but I have the unusual version. It's totally fine. You just end up having the character like this then. So keep that in mind. Alright, so now I'm going to showcase you, of course, the weapon skins right here with 2 of those, which is pretty interesting, and maybe the dramatic kill effect. So yeah, let's just do that. So that's how the dramatic kill effect looks like. Pretty interesting. That's how it looks like. It looks quite nice, I guess. It looks like he has a flower in his hand and he just throws away the flower. Pretty interesting. So right here we have one of the brand new melees, of course, from the shop that you can currently get by just unboxing crates. It's the candle thing. Pretty interesting. And that's one of the brand new skins as well from the event shop. Right here, the pumpkins. Looks quite interesting. Hopefully we can get a brand new weapon in 2 seconds. There you go, that's how that one looks like on your weapons. I guess it's quite okay. Let's move on to the next one. So here we have the next skin from the event shop, of course, the skeleton one. Looks quite interesting. Nothing too spectacular, I would say. So yeah, let's just move on. And last but not least, from the event shop, of course, we have the police tape, which looks quite interesting. That's how it looks like on the weapons. I think it looks quite hilarious. It's probably one of the best looking ones out of the, well, skins that you get from the event shop. So yeah, quite nice. Next up right here we have one of the melees, of course. This one is the electronic stake. I think it looks quite interesting. It has a very nice animation. Very, very cool one. So let's move on. So one thing I did wanted to mention, as you can see, you can buy these now with the money that you get from completing daily or monthly challenges as far as I'm concerned. So if we now buy one of these, you might be wondering, can I buy those again? And the answer is yes. And I want to warn you, don't buy like skins twice. As you can see, I did the mistake on accident, because it doesn't really bring you any benefit. So here we have one of the brand new melees, of course, that you can unbox from the melee crate, which is of course the fire poker right here. This one looks pretty interesting, as you can see. Yeah, very, very nice. Has some pretty cool animations. Very, very interesting. So next up right here we have one of the brand new melees once again, the garlic kebab. This one looks quite interesting. Has some pretty cool animations, I gotta say that. There you go. And now let's move on to the next one. So next up right here we have one of the brand new mellies, of course the pumpkin bucket. This one looks quite interesting. Yeah, it's literally a bucket. I think I don't have to explain anything for this one. So next up right here we have another one of the brand new mellies, the pumpkin steak. This one looks pretty awesome, probably one of my favorite ones, and looks quite nice. So yeah, that's how it looks like when you do the animation, the inspect thing. That's how it looks like when you tag someone. Pretty cool. So those were all of the brand new mellies that I was able to showcase you. Of course, we also have some other ones like the balloon sword right here, which I couldn't unbox so far. The handy candy, which is pretty interesting as well. And I think those were all of the brand new mellies that they added with this update. So yeah, let's move on to the next category. So there's 2 or 3 skins I can showcase you, I guess, from the brand new ones. The Gestel, the Gnome, the Grok, and I think those were all of the ones that I personally unboxed. So let's take a look at those. That's how the Gnome looks like. I think it looks quite nice. That's how Gestel looks like. I think it looks pretty awesome as well. That's how this one looks like. Very, very nice. It has this pretty cool looking glow effect. As you can see, you can also finish the brand new event. We're going to talk about that one in a few minutes. And you can get the skin right here from the event. But yeah, I'm going to showcase that as soon as we get to that one. Yeah, actually, I think those were all of the brand new ones that I unboxed so far. So yeah, we gotta wait for another unboxing, I guess. So there we go, this is one of the maps that was changed to match the Halloween season. Pretty interesting. Let's take a look at this map in full detail, of course. So we have the changes to the interior right here. We have the tree changes. Pretty interesting. There's a floating part, which I'm still not sure why. Probably gonna fix that. We have some falling leaves, which is pretty interesting. And just some pretty cool decorations all around the map, like those small candles right here, which is quite nice. I think they removed the switch from day to nighttime, so yeah. These were all of the changes to this map, so let's move on to the next one. So right here we have the next map, Mighty Minor. This one is pretty cool. It's the one from last year's Halloween season, Halloween event, however you would like to call it. This one is really amazing. I really like this map, and I personally actually missed the map, so I'm pretty glad that it's finally back. I think this is actually a really fun map to play on, and it looks pretty amazing. Very, very nice, stunning design, and yeah. Pretty cool, I guess, even with the new graphic update that was made to Arsenal a while back, so yeah, it's quite nice. We have some memes, I think. Pretty cool overall, and now let's move on to the next map. So next up right here we have this pretty interesting map, Hercules Castle. I'm not the biggest fan of this map. I think it's way too big for Arsenal, and pretty much the whole action takes place in the middle part right here, and in general I think the map looks a little bit weird, and yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this map personally, but I'm pretty sure you're going to play this map sometimes because some people vote for it. I personally think this map looks pretty empty. There's barely any design elements inside of the buildings, so yeah, it's quite unfortunate. It's a very gigantic map and it takes quite long to win on, so yeah, let's move on to the next map. So next up right here we have the changed aircraft map, which looks absolutely amazing. I really think that this is probably one of the best looking maps. We have the giant squid right there, which looks pretty disturbing, and I think some people were talking about the giant squid, and if they were wondering where it is, it's right over there. And yeah, it looks pretty disturbing, not gonna lie. But I think this is probably one of the best looking maps either way, and it has some very nice design elements, looks quite spooky, and yeah, probably one of the best ones. So let's move on to the next map. So another one of the brand new maps right here, better said changed maps. We have Tuscan, of course, and once again this one looks really, really awesome. I personally like this one also quite a lot. It's definitely up there with the aircraft changes, and I think very spooky map, looks pretty cool. We have some really, really nice elements in this map, like the green light right here, which looks really spooky, and on the other side we have purple light, I guess, but barely any light, to be quite fair. And yeah, everything was changed. Of course we have these small banners right here. Wait, let's actually change the gravity. Let's change it to 5. I hope that's gonna work. So thank you for your participation. Have a safe and enjoyable Halloween. As you can see right there, they have some really, really nice sentences on this. Be safe and wash your hands. Very, very important. Spooky Fest, and that's the first annual Spooky Fest right here, which actually gives us the hint that next year they're going to do something similar, which is really amazing. And I'm pretty glad to see that, I gotta say that. There you go, now it's back to normal, and that's how the whole map looks like. Pretty amazing. Let's move on to the next map. So next up right here we have this map. I have no idea how you pronounce it. Chaotic Ripped, I guess. Not quite sure about this one, but this map is actually pretty interesting. It's a brand new map and it's quite fun to play on. I think it's actually quite small for Arsenal and it makes it a lot of fun. You can get some really fast rounds on this map. Let me actually reset the gravity real quickly. So there we go, we resetted the gravity back to normal, of course. And now I can showcase you the map. This one is pretty cool. You just gotta be careful. There's some parts of the map where you can literally fall off the map, so just keep that in mind. But the main action is going to take place right over here. Some people spawn on this side of the map, and then the other ones are either spawning on that side or right behind the church building right here, right over there. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. We have 3 main spawns. down there, in the middle part right there, and then over here, or of course, well, in the basement of the map, which is pretty interesting. So this is probably one of my favorite maps from the brand new update. We nearly fell down right there. Either way, let's move on to the next map. Alright, and here we have the last map. This one is called, I'm not even sure how you pronounce this one. Monastery, I think. It's a pretty interesting map, and this one is actually from the boss battle, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes now. And I'm going to give you some tips probably in a future episode. But yeah, I think this map looks absolutely amazing. It's really, really gigantic though, so it's definitely not the best map for normal gameplay, I would say. Because, well, it's sometimes really difficult to find some people on this map, but it's still quite fun to play. I think the main spawns are right... Wait, let me just try to find them. There, and... some people spawn right over there, and then some spawn right over there. Wait, let me just try to find that. Down there, down there, down there, and down there. And then the battles are mostly in the church or down here. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting map. We have a very interesting design. There's two ways to go pretty much. Either you go this way or this way, and then battle in the middle. So yeah, quite a nice map design, I guess. And we have this really cool skeleton. I think it's super adorable. Yeah, very nice. Okay. And now I'm going to showcase you this brand new game mode. As you can already see it right here, it's called Hecula. And, well, if you finish the round in Hecula, which we're going to do in a few seconds, you actually get teleported to the brand new map Monastery that I just showcased you, and then you're actually going to fight the boss, and I'm going to showcase you now some gameplay, I guess. So yeah, let's just dive right into that. Alright, so there you go. You can now see me playing actually the Hecula gameplay in the background, and well, first of all, you're gonna start with a standard round of Arsenal with some pretty interesting effects every, I think, 15 seconds, and that's kind of fun, to be quite fair. And now you can see, as soon as you finished with the standard round and one person got the golden knife kill, you get teleported to the Monastery map, and then you spawn in right there, and you get every 15 seconds a brand new weapon and a brand new effect, as you can see right there. And you have to fight the boss, and depending on how many players are in the server, the boss battle's health changes, of course. And you can see he does this weird laser blast thing, and you pretty much have to dodge it by hiding behind objects, otherwise he's going to attack. And now you could actually see right there he was grabbing one of my teammates, and this is actually a team game mode. You have to help your teammates. If he grabs them, you have to shoot him. So he actually lets loose of them, and that's quite important. And yeah, I think this game mode is pretty interesting. I'll probably make a separate video about this one and showcase how to, well, effectively win this, I guess. I don't really know. But I think it's quite fun. I've already finished it, I think, 7 times. I got the skin 7 times now. And yeah, it's quite a fun game mode, I gotta say that. One important thing I gotta say, even if you died, you get revived after, I think, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, if I'm not completely wrong. There you go, you can already see I saved my teammate once again. Now I try to take the damage away from my teammate, and yeah, that didn't really work out. I'm actually going to die right there, which is quite unfortunate because my teammate didn't help me. So yeah, very sad. But either way, I think that's it about this game mode that I can showcase. It's quite fun, especially with friends, but if you played like 20 rounds, it kind of gets boring, I gotta say that. So I think that's about it. I think I've showcased now all of the brand new maps. I showcased you guys all of the brand new skins. I showcased you the brand new unusual effects, the brand new flare case, items that you can unbox, the brand new melees, brand new skins in general, and I think that's pretty much it, right? Yeah, I also showcased you the event shop and of course the brand new boss battle. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you had a bit of fun. If you did enjoy it, feel free to leave some comments down below, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.